Hi. Hi guys, this is me, Marcella Claudia Sairan from class 9B. Do you know the story of Rapunzel? If you don't know, let me tell you about Rapunzel. Enjoy watching!
Once upon a time, in the small village surrounded by the dense forest, there lived a kind but poor couple. They had been longing for a child for many years, and the prayers were finally answered when the wife became pregnant. Behind their house was a loose garden filled with the most beautiful plants, but it belonged to a wicked witch who allowed no one to enter. One day, the wife saw some fresh green lettuce growing in the garden and wanted some. Unable to resist her desire, she begged her husband to pick some for her. The man, though afraid of the witch, loved his wife very much and decided to sneak into the garden at night. He managed to pick a handful of lettuce and bring it back to his wife. However, his desire grew stronger and she begged her husband to pick more. This time, as he climbed over the garden wall, the witch called him. "How dare you steal from my garden?" she roared. Trembling, the man explained his wife's condition and begged for mercy. The witch, surprisingly calm, said, "You may take as much lettuce as you like, but in return you must give me your child when it's born." Desperate and afraid, the man reluctantly agreed. When the baby girl was born, the witch appeared and took her away, naming her Rapunzel. She locked the child in a tall tower deep in the forest. The tower had no doors or stairs, only a single window at the top. As Rapunzel grew, her golden hair became long and strong. Reaching the ground, whenever the witch wanted to visit, she would stand below the tower and call out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." Rapunzel would lower her braid and the witch would climb up. Years passed and Rapunzel grew into a beautiful young woman, though she was lonely in her tower. One day, the prince riding through the forest heard her singing. All those days, watching from the windows, all those years, outside looking in, enchanted by her voice. He searched his soul and eventually found the tower. He watched from a distance as the witch called out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair," and climbed up. After the witch left, the prince decided to try his luck. Mimicking the witch, he called out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." To his surprise, the golden braid appeared and he climbed up. At first, Rapunzel was frightened, but the prince assured her that he meant no harm. They talked for hours and Rapunzel felt a connection she had never experienced before. The prince began visiting her regularly, always careful to come when the witch was away. They made plans to escape, but one day Rapunzel accidentally let slip that the prince had been visiting her. Furious, the witch cut off Rapunzel's hair and banished her to a desolate desert. She then tied the cut braid to the tower window and waited. When the prince arrived and called for Rapunzel, the witch let down the braid. As he climbed up, he found himself face to face with the angry witch. "You'll never see Rapunzel again," she screamed and pushed him from the tower. The prince fell into a thorn bush below, which blinded him. Heartbroken and blind, the prince wandered the forest calling out for Rapunzel. Meanwhile, Rapunzel lived a lonely life in the desert. One day, the prince heard her singing and followed the sound. When they finally reunited, Rapunzel embraced him and wept with joy. Her tears fell into his eyes, miraculously healing his blindness. prince took Rapunzel back to his kingdom, where they were married and lived happily ever after. The wicked witch David and alone was never seen again.
Well, that's the story of Rapunzel. For the moral of the story, true love and resilience can overcome even the darkest of trials. Does the story make you sad or happy? I think this is a good story. Okay, that's all the story I can tell. See you again.